Greetings, my good people of this beautiful place we call Scunville. When you hear what I have to say in this video, I hope you're inspired to go and do your own research if it's a topic that's of interest to you. And don't just take my word for it. Back in March, I did a video pointing out how a disgruntled former head of Guyana's Environmental Protection Agency had been peddling misinformation aimed at antagonizing the oil companies operating in Guyana. Well, he's back with more lies. Peep the intro quick and let me tell you what this cunt hole is advocating for now.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you gala what?
I'm gonna be honest with y'all, things financially brown over here in Scunville because unfortunately, a byproduct of not being politically aligned and telling people the truth is brockness. Sometimes I just wonder what life would have been like if I had taken the PPP's deal to become a propagandist like Guyanese critic. Anyways, let's get on with today's topic. The former head of the EPA, in a letter to Kaitor News, is abusing the head of Exxon Guyana and their production manager Mike Ryan over what he terms as I pass to the Guyanese people. In the first paragraph, he's giving praises to the former head of the company, Mr. Rod Henson. This is the first thing that jumped out at me. He said that Mr. Henson, even though a tough-as-nails negotiator and company loyalist, was an exemplary professional and showed great mindfulness and respect for government authorities and people of Guyana. Is this the exemplary professional that was answering questions to a parliamentary committee on natural resources and said that the accusations levied against this company of funding political activities is hogwash, which is the equivalent of bullshit, or as Guyanese would put it, scunt? I personally found that disrespectful, but apparently Vincent Adams thinks that's respect for government authorities and people of Guyana. Later down in the letter, this is another thing that pissed me off. He's suggesting that Exxon should cut production at Liza 1 by 15,000 barrels per day to avoid any flaring, thereby cutting our overall profits. Mr. Adams, you depon scunt. We need this oil out of the ground so we could pay off our bills and Guyanese could start seeing this oil money because right now, things brown all over. If you want to cut something, I know a bushy hair man that carrying around 2 children. Why you don't go and cut though? Anyways, from what I've observed, this former EPA head has an axe to grind and is working with other malicious elements to spin a narrative for personal political gains and don't give two scunts about the well-being of Guyanese. Let's zoom down on this piece of the letter that spoke about oil spills. Adams claimed that there were 6 oil spills. But when was this reported by the media? As head of the EPA at the time, did Adams make this public? Were there really 6 whole oil spills and not even Kaitor News picked up on this? Unless, of course, this is another Nancy story. Up until 2015, Adams lived in the US, working with the US Department of Energy, then returned when his party got into office so he could reap the benefits. But now he wants Exxon to cut oil production and claim all Guyanese would agree? All most Guyanese are concerned with right now is putting food on the table, and this dual citizen is out of touch with this reality. Instead of lying, Mr. Adams should try to build credibility by addressing the real problem, which is government secrecy surrounding our oil. Transparency is a crucial part of a healthy democracy, and we need all information relating to our oil operations to be made accessible for public oversight. We need credible information, and we can't take things at face value from people like Mr. Adams, who have political and financial incentives to warp facts into lies and present them as truth. Yo, my name is Mudwata. Boom out!
Hold up.